This 26 Sports and CCTV high school volleyball presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
And welcome back to Cadillac High School for our post-game wrap-up here, where the Cadillac Vikings have put the finishing touches on a 3-0 victory over the Gaylord Blue Devils in Big North Conference volleyball action. Jay Simon and Acacia Holmes with you. Your scores 25-17, 25-15, 25-17, 25-11 as the Vikings move to 2-0 in Big North Conference action. Blue Devils fall to 0-2, and we've seen both of the conference matches for the Vikings here at Cadillac High School. Acacia, big difference between their match with TC West and their match tonight with Gaylord. One word, passing.
Passing, absolutely. They really were on point tonight with their passing. I think that led to a lot of getting sets out to the outside instead of just hitting the middle every time, which is really advantageous for the team.
Yeah, it's a great point. We saw a lot more swings from Gabby Kapuzinski on the outside, and wow, that kid can power through a ball as she got some great looks. Credit the Blue Devils, though. They played some really good defense tonight. You used the word scrappy, and I think that was a great way to describe them. Bailey on the outside, who was pressed into action at the outside hitter. I want to make sure I use her whole name. Mary Bailey, the senior outside hitter, did a nice job in that left back position. I can't tell you, if she had a nickel for every time she dug Kapuzinski tonight, she'd have a lot of nickels without question. For the Blue Devils tonight, what can they take away as a positive? Maybe one of the big things like we had talked about in the open, they've been running a 6-2 due to injury. They had to switch back to the 5-1 that they ran last year with Jarski and move, I don't want to say her name wrong, Beachnow to the outside hitter position. They didn't look too bad tonight in that 5-1.
No, I think they handled it well for only a couple days practice.
The Blue Devils will get an opportunity to see these Vikings back on their home court after they make this first run through the first half of the season. And with any luck, they'll have at least the one player back, Jekyll, that might help them to be able to run their 6-2 the normal way, because you get the impression when you watch Jarski, Kendall Jarski, the senior setter, as a lefty, she's got a nice arm swing, and I can imagine that she can do some damage on the opposite side.
Yeah, you consider she definitely has some potential over there as a hitter.
Beachnow looked really solid on the outside as well, but Casey Cordy was everything we expected her to be in the middle. A lot of big swings. The problem for the Blue Devils, maybe a lot of attention paid to her by the Vikings. She
Right.
was always swinging against the double block.
Yep, they always had made sure they had two people up there.
Very impressive, though. That's one of the more frightening jump serves I've seen at the high school level. She comes at you fast, without question.
Yep, it's very difficult.
Meanwhile, the Vikings, as we mentioned, Kapuzinski got a lot of good looks. Kylie Christensen, again, a lot of booming kills from that middle position as they moved her around effectively tonight. She got to hit from a lot of spots. Brooke Kohani, the freshman, playing back at her normal outside hitter position. She had to play middle over the weekend on Saturday down at Battle Creek Lakeview. Did an effective job tonight, I think, too. And from a passing standpoint, got to give a lot of credit to Mary Kate Taylor, the libero, did a really nice job there.
Absolutely,
as well.
You can see why she's in that position.
Well, 2-0, the Cadillac Vikings in Big North Conference action. They moved to 12-4-1 on the season. Blue Devils fall to 3-4, which I always feel awkward saying because you just number of matches and tournaments that you play. Volleyball is one of those goofy sports where everybody's got very different records, but that's where they are at. For us here at 26 Sports and CCTV, we'll be back with you on Friday night as the Cadillac Vikings play host to the Alpena Wildcats in football action, live from Veterans Memorial Stadium right outside this building. And our next volleyball match will be in 2 weeks from tonight on Wednesday when the Vikings welcome, I don't have that in front of me. I'm going to lean over here. Alpena, coincidentally. Alpena football, Alpena volleyball as well. That's going to do it. We want to make sure that we thank our sponsors one more time for their support of these broadcasts. They include Cadillac Casting, Pack Mail, Bigelow Supply, Douglas, High Point Auto, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Bowman & Rogers, Crystal Flash, Vickery Financial, and LC Materials in the Concrete Store, formerly LC Ready Mix. For our director, Dakota Pike. For our camera crew, Wyatt Van Dynen, Rain Johnson Hill, Jake Nulf, and JP Creed. For Acacia Holmes, I'm Jay Simon. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time on 26 Sports and CCTV. Good night.